Hey, this is Justine. You know, the girl that sits in the back of the class, the quiet one? That's me. Anyways, I'm from Guam, a little dot located above Indonesia and Australia. And this is my attempt at Draw My Life, because I can't really draw. Anyway, I could tell you my favorite color, my hobbies, and all of that, but that's not really important. Instead, I'm going to try to draw important events from my life. It all started July 5, 1993, right after Independence Day. I was my parents' second child, born 7 years after my brother. I was considered the miracle child because my parents had been trying to have a baby for a while, but it never worked out. I was also the troublemaker out of me and my brother. Being the youngest and daddy's girl, I would get away with a lot of things. One time, my parents heard a loud thump coming from one of the rooms and then saw me running. They were like, "Justine, what did you do?" And toddler me just looked at them and asked, "What did you see?" And that's when my parents knew I was going to be a handful. Now, I wasn't always a quiet person. When I was a kid, I was the most talkative out of the family. People couldn't get me to shut up. I was even the most outgoing kid, and I played with everybody. It wasn't until I turned 10 years old that things started to change. It was about 1 in the morning, and I could just not go to sleep because my stomach was hurting so bad. Next thing I know, I'm being rushed to the hospital. The doctors could not for the life of them figure out what the problem was. Turns out, my large intestine had twisted into a knot inside my stomach. I was immediately brought into surgery, and luckily they fixed the problem. After being homeschooled for months and basically being bedridden, I was finally able to interact and venture outside of my house. That's when I noticed things changed. People were hardly talking to me. Kids hardly invited me to play, and I just felt lonely. The people I thought were my friends didn't want anything to do with me, and I just felt like everyone took pity on me. Fast forward to freshman year of high school, where I first discovered Japanese dramas and music. I was going through a rough time, and the only thing that seemed to cheer me up was J-pop, or Japanese pop. I got so engrossed in the music that I started doing more and more research on the country as a whole, which led me wanting to go to college and live in Japan. So I did a bit more research and found a place called Temple University of Japan, and it automatically became my dream school. I constantly emailed them and asked the admissions office for more info on the area around the campus and the different majors they offered. Senior year comes along, and I finally apply. Time passes, and I get the acceptance letter from Temple University of Japan. Then, at the end of my senior year, something terrible happened. Right before I was about to graduate, Tohoku earthquake and tsunami struck Japan. Many people were affected, and the whole country took a huge hit. I still really wanted to go, but my parents just flat out told me no. I didn't really apply to any other school, so my mom told me about HPU. Next thing I know, I'm on the next flight to Hawaii. My first year went by really fast, and it wasn't long until I found out I had another chance to go to Japan. I learned about the study abroad program and ended up applying to stay for a year in Osaka. It ended up being the best year ever. I learned so many things, experienced so much, and gained so many new friends. I'd never felt so comfortable and so happy in a foreign country. During my year abroad, I also picked up on other languages like French, German, and Finnish. Studying abroad in Japan helped me kind of come out of my comfort zone and do things that I never thought I'd do. Right now, I'm in my last semester of college, hopefully, if I pass everything. On the side, I'm interning at HPU in the University Relations Office, and 6 a.m. some mornings I'm folding panties at Victoria's Secret. My dream is to become a graphic designer one day, but who knows what I'll end up doing. All I know is that I want to be happy.